Hello bookworms! Today I'm going to be doing my June book haul. Again, this is belated. Sorry about that, but here we go. As always, I'm going to start by showing you some of the new releases that I got this month, and also May, because apparently I did a really bad job of showing my May new releases in my May book haul. So I'm going to show you, I'll show you those toward the end though, because first I'll show you June releases, then I'll show you other June books, and then I'll show you May releases. Okay, here we go. So I'm just going to start with the Harry Potter books. We all know that they came out and they are so beautiful. Bloomsbury came out with house editions for Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone in honor of Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone's 20th birthday. So I got all of the editions, obviously. So we have our Gryffindor paperback that has the sprayed red pages. It has nearly headless Nick on the back there. But the idea, and has like the Gryffindor crest on the cover. The idea was to get, to make books for each house so that whatever one you identify with, that is the one, you know, that maybe you would get, unless you're like me and need all of them. This one is my house. This one is the Ravenclaw edition. It has the blue sprayed pages and it has the gray lady on the back. Then I have Slytherin, and this one has the green sprayed pages, and it has the Bloody Baron on the back. And lastly, there is Hufflepuff, and this one has yellow sprayed pages, and it has the Fat Friar on the back. All four of these are the paperback editions, and then I also got the hardcover editions. So I'll just go ahead and start with the best house, Ravenclaw. And this one, all of these ones have black covers, but they still have the crest on them, and then I loved this specific detail. They sprayed the pages to look like the scarf of that house, and then it still has the ghost of the house on the back. And then the top of them are the blue sprayed pages, but the edges are the scarf. Then we have Gryffindor, has the Gryffindor scarf, the red on the top, and still the ghost on the back. Next I have Slytherin, has the scarf, green on the top, and the ghost on the back. And finally Hufflepuff, and again, scarf, yellow, ghost. So I really like these. I think that they were a really good idea for Bloomsbury to do. I'm very curious if they're going to be doing the rest of the books when those hit their 20-year anniversary. Part of me hopes so, and part of me doesn't hope so, because I have so many copies of this first book now, and there's only so much space that I have here. But I thought this was a really nice way to celebrate. Then I have Once and For All by Sarah Dessen. This follows a girl who is a wedding planner. I actually went to the launch party for this. It was so much fun because Jenny Han was the moderator, and instead of asking like the typical questions about books, everything that she asked was wedding related. It was actually, so Sarah, Jennifer E. Smith, and Jenny Han, and all of the questions were like, who would your bridesmaids be if you were gonna get married now? And like, you know, what would be your signature cocktail, and like stuff like that. It was a really, really, really fun launch event, and that we also had a giant cake because it was Sarah's actual birthday too on the day that this came out. So that was really fun. I'm excited to read this one, but I'm going to be continuing reading her books in order. So I'm still on the second one, and this I think is her 13th. So I've got a little ways to go before I can read this one. Then I got Our Dark Duet by Victoria Schwab. This is the conclusion to the This Savage Song duology. I know it follows a girl and a guy. One of them is a monster, one of them is not a monster. And I believe there's music. I honestly know nothing about this because I have not read the first book yet. I don't want to be spoiled on it. I know that I'll love it because I love all of Victoria's books. So I was excited to get this one. I do like the cover a lot. But I obviously have not read any kind of synopsis for this because I don't want to spoil myself on the first book. Next, I got Want by Cindy Pon, and this book is a sci-fi novel. It follows a guy named Jason who lives in this corrupt society where anybody who is wealthy has the money to buy these suits that are necessary in order to not die an early death from all of the pollution and disease and stuff that plagues this city. So Jason decides to infiltrate the corporation that manufactures these suits in order to end the corruption in this city. But he finds out that the company might actually also be creating all of the pollution that makes these suits necessary to begin with. So it sounds really interesting. It's a sci-fi novel. It has an Asian main character, and Cindy is also on the board of the We Need Diverse Books campaign. So that's cool. I'm looking forward to reading this one. Then I got When It's Real by Erin Watt. Erin Watt is actually two authors. I believe it's Elle Kennedy and I forgot the other author's name, but both of them are new adult authors, and the other series that they have written together is the Royal series. So this is their new novel. It follows a pop star who has a very like bad boy image. And in order to change his appearance and make him seem like more of a serious artist, they force him to get into a fake relationship with this girl that is going to make him be taken like more seriously in the industry. It sounds really cute and fun. It'll probably be a very fast summer read, and I'm looking forward to this one. Then I have Tosh Hart's Tolstoy by Catherine Ormsby. This one I've been really anticipating. I've heard nothing but good things about it. I believe the main character is asexual, and what really sold me is that it is based on a girl who starts a YouTube series. So it's kind of inspired by like the Lizzie Bennet Diaries, except her series is based on a Tolstoy novel. So it's based on Anna Karenina, and then once her series gets popular, she's just facing like all of this outside pressure and things like she kind of got into it to have fun, and now she has like all of these people expecting her to make like the best series ever, and it's a lot for her to handle. And then she also has kind of a crush on this guy, and like I said in the beginning, she's asexual, so she also has to deal with telling him that. And it sounds really good. I've been really highly anticipating this one. I really wanted to read, like, it's really interesting to read a book about a YouTuber, since I am a YouTuber, and I don't think I've ever done that before, so yeah, so this will be one of my first, and I'm very much looking forward to it. Next, I have The Sandcastle Empire by Kayla Olson, and this was the Owl Crate book for June. This follows a girl named Eden who lives in a place where a revolution has happened. I believe it's like a dystopian society, and her whole family has died as a result of this group of like radicals. I believe they're called the Wolves, and she finds that there is one neutral ground that is like still left in the world that she lives in. It's called Sanctuary Island. So she escapes to that island, and everything seems to be going okay until one of the people there turns up missing. So I believe like that's where all the conflict of the story happens, but otherwise I'm not too familiar with this one. I actually hadn't even heard of it before I got my Owl Crate. Not positive if I'm going to be reading it, because I really like haven't found many dystopians lately that I have been very interested in, but I will potentially give it a chance. Then I got the new covers for the Summer series by Jenny Han. These are the new paperback covers, and they're really pretty. The first one is The Summer I Turned Pretty, and I just really love like all of the shells and stuff on these covers. So this is the first one. The second one is It's Not Summer Without You. And then the third one is We'll Always Have Summer. And I got all of these signed at that Sarah Dessen event that I was talking about earlier, and I'm so happy. So this was a fun one. Do you remember the Summer Days and Summer Nights anthology that was edited by Stephanie Perkins? It came out like last summer. That book, I actually haven't gotten to read that one yet, and I really need to, but I got the paperback edition from the UK because it's adorable and it has an ice pop on the cover, and as soon as I saw it, actually like Alexa from Alexa Loves Books, she texted me or G-chatted me or whatever and was like, look at this, and I was like, oh my god, and it was only $6 on Book Depository, so I immediately picked up a copy for myself. Then I got Almost Adulting by Arden Rose. I am very much adulting at this point, but I thought that this would be just a quick, fun read. I really enjoy Arden's YouTube videos, so I just wanted to pick it up to support her, and I appreciate that she actually wrote it instead of having someone else write it for her. So I'm just interested to see like the kinds of things that she has to talk about in here. Then I got Windfall by Jennifer E. Smith. Oh no, oh my gosh, I didn't get this one signed. So I actually wasn't really sure if I wanted to read this book. I've read a couple of Jennifer E. Smith's other books, and I didn't really like love any of them. So I was pretty skeptical about this one, and I decided not to get it. And then we were at the Sarah Dessen, Jennifer E. Smith, and Jenny Han event, and I heard her talking about it, and I was like, shoot, now I'm interested in it. But I ended up having like the 5th ticket online to get my book signed. Thank you to Lily from Tor for that. She is amazing, and I'm so thankful that she was able to get mine early for me so that I didn't have to wait in the huge line. But I didn't have enough time to go and get this book, so I ended up getting it afterward. So sadly it's not signed, but I am really excited to read it, and I'm also really excited that Lauren Graham is going to be adapting it. It follows a girl and a guy. I believe the girl buys the guy a lottery ticket, and then he wins a lot of money. So yeah, it sounds cute. Then some May releases that I forgot to include last month. Shame on me. When Dimple Met Rishi by Santaya Menon. I had already put all three of these on my bookshelf, which is why I forgot to include them because I was going to do my bookshelf tour and I wanted those to be on there for that, so that's what happened there. I think everybody's heard about this book at this point, but it is so good. I highly recommend reading it. It follows a girl named Dimple who goes to a summer program for people that are into technology and developing apps, and she meets this guy Rishi who only went because he was planning on meeting his future wife, Dimple, because their parents had set up an arranged marriage. Meanwhile, Dimple is a very independent, very, very strong person, and she is totally not there for love or for meeting anyone. She is there to further her career. So the way that the two characters interact, the things that they learn from each other and everything, is just so cute. I really, really enjoyed this one, and I definitely highly recommend it. Then I have I Believe in a Thing Called Love by Maureen Gu. I read the ARC version of this book and it was so cute, so funny. It's so outlandish, so ridiculous. It's a contemporary novel. It follows a girl who is really good at everything except for falling in love. She's never had a boyfriend before, so she decides to get a boyfriend using the steps from K-dramas. So if you're familiar with K-dramas, you know that there's a lot of crazy things that happen in there. So she makes a list of all of the things that she has seen, consistently in a bunch of them. And it's really funny, watching her steps, but you're also just what are you doing? Why are you doing this? But the guy that she meets is so cute. He's such an adorable guy and you will definitely fall in love with him. And even Desi, despite her craziness. Actually, also, this book is really pretty without the cover on. It's pink and black. Then I have One of Us is Lying by Karen M. McManus, and this book is supposedly like The Breakfast Club but with murder. It's been compared to Pretty Little Liars. I have heard some concerning things about it since I have picked it up. I believe Trina from Between Chapters wrote a very long review of it on Goodreads with a lot of spoilers, so if you're interested in reading why this might not be a good book to read, I would definitely check out her review. I am curious about it because I tend to like books that are thriller mystery type things, but I'm also really concerned after reading her review and I'm not totally sold that I'm going to read it at this point. I might start it, give it a shot, and if I don't like it, or if I see the things that she pointed out right away, I will put it down. But yeah. And then the last book that I have to show you is Spell on Wheels, which I believe is written by Kate Leff. I'm not really too certain what this is about, but I know that it is about witches and it is a comic book and it looks really cute and I like all of their clothes because I feel like I really like how lately comics are really getting into making sure that characters are fashionably accurate. It just makes me so happy. And also the fact that it deals with witches is really exciting, so I'm really looking forward to reading this one. So those are all of the books that I have to show you in my June/Books I Forgot in May book haul. Let me know if you've read any of them or if you have anything to add about any of them that I have said. That's all that I have for this video, so I will see you guys soon in a new one. Bye! Thank you.